Fellow traders, 'tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Tuesday, June the 30th, the year's 2026. Let's talk trading. Too much to look at with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and different from Walmal's. As always, have your risk management in place so you don't lose more than you are willing to lose while trading. And if you notice, my machine's running a little slow because I've got too much stuff to look at.
That's
So,
funny.
Walmart, we were talking about this the other day, and we said that'd be a good video.
Yeah, it's funny because your your brain is one of the greatest tools in the world. It really is, and they can go and just go through so much data and process so much data, things going around you all of the time, and it does so many things in the background that you don't even know that are really going on until maybe afterwards when you process it and think back on things. But at the same time, it becomes a breaking point. You know, and I know I've told the story before, on this channel, and I remember going through a major intersection. There was, 4 lanes of traffic coming from north south, and then 4 lanes of traffic going east west, and somebody went and ran their red light, and or ran their red robot, as they say in the rest of the world, but the U.S. But and I wound up on the other side, somehow slammed on the brakes, got to the other side, pulled over to the side of the road, did not hit anything, and I was in a car that had a manual transmission in it. Somehow I went from 55 miles an hour in third gear down to I'm sitting there, in first gear with my foot on the clutch, safely on the side of the road. My radio turned off, and the blinkers on turned on because another car wasn't as successful as I was, and I was pulling over to go and make sure they were okay. And it's funny because I have zero recollection then or now as to how I got from one end of that intersection to the other. My brain just went and did all those things, for me. But the problem is that there is a limit, and there's a limit to how much your brain is able to process at any given time. And, so many people like to go and put, indicator on top of indicator on top of indicator on their charts to the point of which I like to go and say, and I know people don't like saying this, but they cover up the only indicator or the most important indicator. The most important indicator is the actual price, the actual candles that are actually on the screen. That's the most important thing because that tells you whether or not you get into a trade, whether you shouldn't get into a trade, how much you're up, how much you're down, and meanwhile they've got it covered up with all this stuff, to the point where you can't even see it anymore. And well, good luck with that. That's all
Yeah,
I gotta say. Is good luck with that.
yeah. In fact, it's like I said, I overloaded my machine because I had the support resistance trend multi-time frame with the laser show, all those trend lines, and then I also put that new dashboard that I made as a separate chart window. But it's definitely taxing the machine right now, considering I've got all the other indicators on all the other charts here.
Right.
But
And
and I'm slowly one by one taking off a trend line because once again you're hiding the candles.
yeah, can't see anything. How are you gonna make proper decisions if you don't even know what the price is?
Right.
And where the price has been. And I think I said to you earlier today or yesterday, I can't remember. I'm having overload here, I guess. But the thing is that indicators. One of the things is that we can say about indicators that most indicators are some lagging. And when I define lagging, is something that has happened in the past. You can define it differently, but that's my definition to it. It's
Right.
something that has happened in the past, and you know what the past tells you is what is what Christ did at that point in time, and it can be a good understanding of what may happen, but it's not the end all of everything. And knowing that, you need to go and realize that you can't just totally rely upon that. Use that as to your advantage, but don't just think that oh, I got this latest fancy anti indicator out there, and it's just going to be it's just going to be an ATM machine for me, because it's not. It's going to help you, but it's not going to be your ATM machine.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of ATM, I only took out, what was it, a 2 pip withdrawal because you were teasing me about it. What would it be right now?
Oh yeah, and the thing is, it's like what I think I said to you at the time. You want to go and get your 2 pips and be happy, or this thing can run 15, 20, 25 pips. And what did it do? It ran 25 pips.
Yeah.
But that's the reality. So, and you got to know who you are. And this is part of psychology, I guess. But you got to know who you are as a trader. Me personally, I'd rather go and put 2 pips in the bank, 5 pips in the bank, whatever it may be, put it in the bank, and actually have a little bit of profit, and miss out on 20 pips. That's me. Because when more times than not, and what it's going to do is, before it goes and runs up to 20 or 25 pips, it's going to go underwater by, 2, 4, 5, 10, maybe even 15 pips before it goes and does the run up. And to me, that plays with my head. And if there's something that plays with your head and you're not able to deal with well, you know what? When you make your plan, your trading plan, put things in place that allow you to go and trade to the best of your abilities and take advantage of your strengths and mitigate against your weaknesses. And the thing is, just because that's me and that's what I can't deal with, doesn't mean that's something that somebody else can deal with. And every one of us are individuals, and every one of us go and have to deal with things differently. So let's go and just realize that, deal with it. Say, hey, okay, I'm going to go and build my plan. Don't build Walmal trading plan. Don't build TRO's trading plan. Build your own trading plan based on what your skill level is, and what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are.
Yeah. And, it's kind of funny because, like I said, I took that one chart off because it was really dragging the machine down. Um, but I'm now looking at my daily bias indicator that I had gotten the idea off of somebody on Forex Factory, and basically he's we've got horizontal lines at the last 5 days highs and lows, and I'm sitting on an H4 chart, and this H4 candle broke through the high. It started below the daily high from 3 days ago, broke through that, then it broke through the daily high from 2 days ago. And so, since it was above the lows of all 5 days, there was a long bias. And it really, pointed the way. And I was buying all day. I don't even know, I think I may have taken one short. I don't remember going short. But then, if I use my indicator 2 with the trend lines through the last two magenta dots and the last two aqua dots, this broke through that magenta, and that would have been a very nice trade. And then if you go from there, if you put the sweet spots, remember when it was down around 15, 12, we both said,
Right.
and I said, I don't think this thing wants the double O. And you said, yeah, and you agreed. And we
Right.
were both right. It didn't want the double O. Um,
And that's part of trading. That you know, it, all you can do is take what limited information you're able to go and process it, and make your best decision from that. And there's so many times where you can sit there and look at it after a trade is or even movement is occurred. Say, if I had only looked at this, or I should have looked at this. Well, you can't look at everything. There's just too much information out there, in my opinion.
Right.
You can't process all of it. So you know what? Deal with it.
Yeah. But that gets back to that checklist that I shared with the traders yesterday, and you took a look at it today. It's like, what patterns did you see and what patterns didn't you see? And it's something that you didn't see. Do you now need to add that to your playbook, your checklist, your rules, or whatever, so um, you can take advantage of it or not be hurt by it the next time?
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. But the thing is, you got to sit down and figure out what's most important to you. I think.
Yeah.
It's type of thing where you look at things that I don't look at, and vice versa. It's just what we have to do, and just know your limitations. And this gets back to the old thing. What's the most important thing about trading? It's not your method of entry, okay, and it's not the indicators on your chart. What the most important thing that's out there is your risk. And just say, you know what? For me anyway, personally, I just go and say, you know what? I know I'm going to take losses. That's just the reality of life. I'm going to take losses. And every day I take losses. Well, pretty much every day I take losses. And that's just the reality. And knowing that, you just go and sit there and say, okay, because I know I'm going to take a loss, I'm willing to lose X dollars. Okay? And set your limits on that. I'm willing to take that loss. I'm willing to take that much of a loss, and that's okay. And just build that into your plan. And because there's just no way that the human brain, it's got the capacity to go and to manage every single thing that's available. And it's sort of like, you even said it a moment or two ago, and the idea is that your machine was slowing down because you were throwing all these different possibilities out there, and you were taking, a machine that, back in the 1980s or the 1970s would have taken literally, tens of thousands of square feet just to house the machine that have the same computing power that you have sitting in your little laptop sitting in front of you. And you took that machine and you brought it to its knees. And, that's just the reality of what can very easily happen.
Yeah,
So,
I was going to say, now we're breaking the price of 5 days ago, the high, and we're getting ready to
right.
break yesterday's high.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's
You know,
sometimes, the simple, what's simple is elegant. you know?
yeah. And it's sort of like the old model. Remember the old model, the KISS model, keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, we haven't said that in a long time.
Yeah, but there's a lot of truth to that, and the thing is that the way I look at my life in terms of trading, and I kind of do this in real life too, is I just try to simplify everything I can. And I know I'm going to take hits, I'm going to take nicks, I'm going to take cuts, but as long as I protect myself from the big cut, meaning a blown up account, I'm okay. It doesn't, it'll work out.
Yeah.
You know,
And what you said about, taking losses, it's like no matter how simple or how complex, it's not going to be right 100% of the time.
you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
So you have to, as in the Evan Longoria, or what was it, the Ken Rizzo, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you know what, Walmal?
We're at time.
The fastest 15 minutes in trading's over once again. So, fellow traders, let us know if there's just too much to look at. Maybe we can figure out, just the essence of what you need to look at, because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.